What is up, everybody? Well, we finally hit 5,000 subs. That took long enough, but thank y'all.
You pick like the sunniest spots. I can't see anything. There.
Well, if you guys watched the last video on the single stack Mac and me going and picking up the hopper bottom that I purchased, that's good. If not, watch it. This one's going to be about the hopper. Okay, I kind of showed this whenever I got home with it a little bit, but today me and Mrs. G are going to clean up this. All the aluminum rails on the frame are dirty and oxidized. The paint's grimy. So we're gonna get going on making this thing shine. On the side walls of the trailer, I'm just using super clean. Bless you. Super clean with some water. I've had a lot of people ask in the comments about super clean doing damage to paint. Make sure you read the label. You don't want to spray this on dry paint and let it sit there. That's probably not a good idea, especially at 100%. Read the back of the jug. What we do, or what we're going to do, is we get it wet with the power washer, then I'll scrub it quick, and then we'll wash it right back off instead of letting it sit on there. Just make sure you read the label on that stuff. Then, as far as all the aluminum, I'm sorry about how bright it is, guys. I can't control the sun. All of this stuff in the hoppers underneath, what we're going to use there is I mix it in a pump sprayer. This stuff, you don't want to spray this on polished aluminum because it'll turn it white, but as far as like that kind of stuff, it'll clean that stuff right up. But this stuff has phosphoric acid, sulfuric acid, yeah, all the good stuff. Definitely
Don't get that in the eyes.
Yeah, don't get this in the eyes. Wear some goggles or whatever and some gloves. I'll be dealing with spraying this on, but you spray that on and then just give it a very short amount of time and power wash it right back off. So I'll set you guys up. We'll start washing this thing. All right, me and Mrs. G went all the way around it, scrubbing it with super clean. Probably can't tell in the video here, but it took all the grime off of that white. It just was like black sheets coming off when she washed it off. Now we're gonna use that aluminum brightener stuff, and I'm gonna spray it along this rail right there, and I'm gonna let it sit for a couple minutes and I'll show you what it does. All right, guys, this stuff's pretty crazy. So I sprayed it on, and I stopped. I made a line right here on the hopper. I'm gonna have Mrs. G spray this off and show you how much it cuts all that grime off. All right, so that was just spraying the stuff on with a pump sprayer, not scrubbing it with a brush or anything, but there's the line where I stopped. It's pretty good stuff. We're gonna go all the way around the trailer with that. You don't want to spray it on them polished wheels. Those, it'll turn them white, but to take all that road grime off of this aluminum on the hoppers and the rails, this stuff's the way to go. All right, it's the next day. We got it all cleaned up. Now Mrs. G is painting all the metal subframe with chassis saver. One of her favorite jobs. Yep. We power washed everything out in here, and then I took the needle scaler to break any of the chunks of rust off. On these hoppers, this area just gets completely full of dirt and gravel and road salt, and if you don't take the time to clean that all out, every now and then your fifth wheel plate is going to rust through, guaranteed. Yesterday Mrs. G took the shop vac and vacuumed as much as she could, and then used a putty knife and then a garden hose. So she's getting this all spiffed up in here, and also in the back too, the subframe back there.
Yeah, I got a lot done there.
She got started on that back there too. That's another spot in the back. You got to keep that cleaned out and keep paint on it. Right, Mrs. G?
Yes, yeah.
All right, guys, it's been a week since the last clip of this video. Haven't been videoing anything this week up until now because I've just been busy, but where we left off last weekend on cleaning this trailer up, I brought it in the shop here, checked all the tires, checked all the lights, greased the brakes. I went and got the same hub covers that I put on the steer axle of the truck, and I got the rims on this side polished and the covers on. I drained all the oil out of the hubs and put new oil hub covers on also. Mrs. G here,
Filthy as always.
she's painting the chassis saver up underneath here. She's doing a good job.
You have to say that.
Yeah, those caps right there I changed. So what she's doing is, you see these cross members, these got replaced a couple years ago, but they didn't paint them, so that's why there's already surface rust on them. She's getting up in there and working her way around and coating all of it with chassis saver to stop it from rusting anymore. It's a rough job because it's tight quarters under there, and you gotta be careful to not put yourself in what you just painted.
That's the way I look.
But she's nice and small enough that she can get into there. I'd probably never get out. I've got the straps on this back hopper just about ready to come out, but I gotta get this unhooked, and I gotta torch those bolts off right there because they're rounded off. But that's the way to go, getting the whole assembly, because trying to get those bearings off of that crusty shaft. Good luck. I'm gonna finish this one up, and then I'll show you guys. I'll video me doing the front one so you can see how that goes. On the Mac, I had said that the AC I was having problems with, and the problem was I wasn't getting 12 volts to the compressor to make it run. And in the last video, I can't remember your name, but one of the viewers commented that he works on a fleet of Macks, and that it's more than likely the control head. So I took the dash apart. Climb up here. I took the dash apart, and this fuse right here was blown. So I put a new fuse in it, and I still didn't have power to the compressor. So I took the chance on his advice, and I got a new control head, and now the AC works perfect. So very much appreciate you for commenting. Thank you very much. This evaporator can't get you around the corner. She's pretty dirty. So I'm going to blow that all out and clean it up the best I can, and then we can put this back together. And other than that, I think the old Mac is pretty much ready to go. I gotta get my DOT number put on it and get it lettered this coming week here. I'll bring you guys back on doing the hopper straps. Alright, to take this all apart, just undo the bolts on all your straps on the front and the back. The bolt heads were rusty to where the socket just spun on them, so I torched the bolts off. The old U-joint, I just sliced it and sliced this shaft to just get it out of my way. That's about all there is to it. Get rid of your old one. Alright, you just got to make sure that when you put this in, that your straps are unwinding the correct way. And you want the Zerk on the bearing to pointing down so you can grease it. I don't think they locked that lock collar down on the shaft. Yeah. All right. Now I'll tighten these bolts up. Let's try to get this U-joint hooked up. Hopefully by the end of next week, actually be using this truck. I should have some beans, some of my early beans. Should be about ready. I still haven't brought my combine home from the dealer. Should probably do that. That's hooked up. As far as these straps up here go, I just back wound the shaft till those are snug for now, and then just want to tighten them to where they're the same on each side. And we'll adjust them once all of the straps are hooked up. So now as far as these straps that go up there are concerned, just unwind them. On the back hopper, I should have put one more turn, like wind it one more turn, because I ended up using up almost all my adjustment to get them tight at the end. So I'll probably end up loosening them back up and putting another wind on the shaft. Okay, that's a good starting point there. Front straps are snug, back straps here are snug. I'm gonna hook that strap up on the other side the same way as this, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's open it up. That slides really nicely. Okay, so underneath, there's rollers where each one of these bolts is, plastic roller. A lot of times they get froze up, so I'll get under there and spray them all with some penetrating oil, make sure they all roll. And then I'm gonna clean all this crap out of here, and I'll spray some silicone spray where this slides. But that's about all there is to it. Just run it in and out a couple times and readjust the straps, and good to go. Wait for it. Oh yeah. More chicken lights. Wired up some weather pack connectors. Look at that. Nice. All right, I'm gonna run my wiring up to the bus bar under the hood. And I'll put the one on the other side. Well, I got my wiring run hooked up. It's pretty sweet. I like it. All I got left to do on this truck is I'm going to change the oil in the transmission and both rear ends. Trailer's ready to go. All new straps. Mrs. G painted up the metal brackets with chassis saver. Trailer's all shined up. Mrs. G just finished doing all the chassis saver paint up underneath. Trailer rims are polished. The top hat's put on. Things looking pretty darn good. Alright guys, it's hot out here and it's Sunday afternoon and I should probably edit this and get it out since I didn't put a video out last night. So thanks for watching guys. Have a good one.